Like all stories, this story has a beginning. 150 years ago, the town and its schools were very different from what they are today. In 1868, the city was known as El Paso. It also had no organized educational system. There were several schools, but they were all run by local churches. In 1872, the founders of the community decided to form a school district. At that time, the decision was made to build a school just east of the Arkansas River, near where K-15 runs through the current town of Derby. The school served students through the 8th grade. There was no high school at that point because most people didn't feel the need to continue education beyond the 8th grade. In 1905, that all changed. A gentleman by the name of J.S. Barnes was elected to the Kansas legislature. He authored a piece of legislation that became known as the Barnes High School Law. The law supported high schools with funding from the county. To receive this funding, school began to offer upper-level coursework, algebra, geography, grammar, and bookkeeping. In 1907, Derby High School was born, and two young ladies made the decision to further their education and go beyond the 8th grade. The first graduating class at Derby High School, the class of 1911, had only two members, Maud Dixon and Neva Pitts. The classes that followed them were much larger. The classes of 1912 and 1913 consisted of 10 students each, and the class of 1914 had 12 students. With more students enrolled, the school could offer more activities for its students. Soon, Derby High School had several sports teams. Students could participate in basketball, baseball, and track and field. The school also offered several clubs in its early years, including a YWCA chapter and the school yearbook staff. The increase in enrollment also forced the district to build a larger school building to accommodate the students. This new building was finished in 1917 at a cost of $15,000. In addition to being the first brick building in the city of Derby, the building also served as the highest point in Sedgwick County at that time. However, this new building didn't last very long. After serving students for only 6 short years, it burned to the ground. The exact cause of the fire was never determined. Despite this setback, though, the district had a bright future ahead. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, DHS courses, sports, and activities remained almost the same as they were in the school's early years.
There was only 12 in my class, and that was about the average class, so I know there was only 8 in the class that graduated before me, so we didn't have a lot of clubs.
Starting in the 1950s, however, things began to change. More students began to enroll in the school. By 1952, the student population had grown to the point where a new building was required. The increase in students also caused the coursework and activity offerings to become more varied to accommodate students with different interests. Throughout the 50s, Derby had a thriving football team. The team reached its peak for the decade in 1958, when the Panthers ended their season with 7 victories and only 2 defeats. Derby also had a pep club and cheerleaders to help support the team during important games. Football and basketball games in the 50s were often festive occasions, with homecoming ceremonies and performances from the marching band supplementing the sporting events. Academic clubs also became very popular. Some clubs included the chess club, the photography club, the science club, and the school newspaper staff, which published the first issue of the Panther's Tale newspaper in 1957. Several new classes were also introduced in the 50s to reflect the changing culture of the times. Courses in typing, industrial arts, and commercial law helped prepare students for the workforce, while home economics courses taught students life skills such as cooking and sewing. The 1950s were a time of incredible growth for Derby High School, and that growth and development would only increase in years to come. The 1960s and 1970s were a period of major growth for DHS. By 1960, the DHS student body had grown so much that another new building was required to house the students. This building was the largest yet, with 2 floors, multiple gymnasiums, and a large auditorium. With the new facilities, more sports and activities could be offered. Starting in the mid-1960s, students could join the new wrestling, gymnastics, and cross-country teams. However, female athletes were few and far between at Derby in the 1960s, as there were no women's sports teams. This began to change for the better in the 1970s, with the introduction of a volleyball team and women's tennis, golf, basketball, and track teams. Women could also participate in the Pantherettes dance team, which provided halftime entertainment at many sporting events.
There was no girls' sports, so since then those sports have come in, equality for girls. Equitability issues were, there's been many changes over the years.
But sports were not the only programs benefiting from the new building. The new auditorium allowed the performing arts to flourish as well. With a large stage at their disposal, the drama club could stage more plays each year. In addition, the department began to stage musicals. The school's vocal music department also flourished in the 1970s under the direction of Ross Hearn. More choirs were introduced, including a sophomore mixed chorus and the DHS chansonettes and madrigals. One of the most notable additions of the 60s and 70s, though, was the bell that now sits at the current building's front entrance. This bell was originally purchased from an El Dorado salvage company for the cost of $150 by the class of 1967, who intended it to be a lasting gift to the school. Rumor has it, the bell was loaded into a pickup truck, and the seniors drove up and down Derby's main streets, ringing it all the way back to the school. The bell was used as a victory bell for many years. It also became a part of Derby's graduation traditions.
They ring it every year upon graduation, the last day of school for the seniors, and I think they also ring it the first day that freshmen come in when they start here at the high school.
At one point, the bell even became part of a memorial for deceased students. The bell has become a symbol of DHS and stands as one of the most important and lasting additions to the school from the 60s and 70s. Derby High School's growth only increased in the 1980s and 1990s. During these decades, Derby students won many awards and honors for the school, and many of the traditions that Derby students still observe today were established. Students at Derby High School won championships in several sports during the 80s and 90s. The wrestling team had several excellent seasons in the 80s, winning state championships in 1985 and 1986. And the gymnastics team dominated the 90s with 3 state championships in 1991, 1998, and 1999. However, the most triumphant moment in Derby sports in this period was Derby's first state championship in football, which the team claimed in 1994.
When I was in school, it was the height of our football team. My senior year was the first year we won state, so we had an amazing football team.
This championship firmly established the reputation of Derby High School's football program and helped to make Derby a football town.
Like today, I think one of the most special times of year was the fall and football season. I didn't play football, but I was at every game, home and away. That was something that we did when I was younger. Even in grade school, with no family members playing football, we went to every game, home and away, traveled wherever the team went. And that was just part of growing up in Derby. You went to the football games.
While some sports programs brought home championship titles in the 80s and 90s, others changed in different ways. In 1981, the girls and boys track teams were combined into one team under a new coaching staff. The track program grew under this format, and the program is still run in this way today. Derby also gained a soccer program in 1980. Though the team performed well on the field, the fact that so few schools in Kansas had a soccer team at the time of the program's introduction unfortunately meant that there was no state championship for the team to strive for in the program's early years. Many traditions that DHS students take pride in today have their roots in the 1980s. Derby's homecoming festivities intensified during these years.
The spirit was contagious. Everybody bought spirit ribbons from the cheerleaders and wore the green, and it made football season extra special.
With the introduction of Spirit Weeks, Derby students began to show their school pride with themed dress days. Another tradition, powder puff football, started out in the 80s. Junior and senior girls took the field once a year to face off in a game of football. The vocal music department's popular Renaissance Feast and Pops concert also originated in this period. But the most monumental change of all came in the mid-1990s, when students moved to a state-of-the-art new building.
3 years of construction, the new and improved high school is ready to be unveiled. Classes are scheduled to take place in the new facility starting January 18th.
For both staff and students, anytime that you shut down school in one location and have to move everything and then open a new one, it's difficult, but it's a move that we're going to be able to do. It's been planned, so we think it'll be a smooth transition.
At the time it was built, the building, which still serves students today, was the largest and most technologically advanced high school in the state. With a computer network, numerous classrooms and science labs, a large auditorium, a lecture hall, and new gymnasiums and locker rooms, the building was a point of pride for many students and staff, who delighted in being number one in size and spirit. During the 2000s, Derby High School continued the traditions that students had established in years past and maintained its reputation as one of the largest and most vibrant high schools in the state of Kansas. The DH wrestling team continues its winning tradition through the years with multiple state runner-up titles. In similar fashion, Derby High School football continues its winning tradition. The 2000s also ushered in a host of new traditions at DHS. One of the most notable, the Winter Olympics, was started to increase school pride during winter pep assemblies. The event pitted the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes against each other in a series of relays and other group competitions. This event was a huge success. Today, Derby High School continues to make a difference in the lives of its students. DHS gives students more than an education. It gives them the opportunity to excel in a community that supports their achievements. Since the first graduating class earned their diplomas back in 1911, DHS has always been a great place to be.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Hamblin, and I am the very, very, very proud principal of Derby High School. On behalf of Derby High School, Derby Public Schools, and the Board of Education, welcome to the commencement exercises for the DHS class of 2017. Today, I begin our ceremony the way I begin each day at Derby High School, with an invitation. At this time, I invite you to stand and join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. Where's the flag? There we go. We'll go here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Well, soon to be graduates, the day is here. It's graduation day, and we offer this ceremony for you. To the friends and family in attendance, thank you for joining us. Many people have given both time and talent to make today special. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to thank a few of those individuals and groups. First, for providing our instrumental music, Mr. Adam DeVault and members of the Derby High School Band and Orchestra. Our junior escorts, I thank you for giving up your Saturday afternoon to help our seniors make it to their seats. And the members of the AFJ ROTC, under the leadership of Colonel Michael Dillard, Chief Antonio Kitt, and Master Sergeant William Pacholski, for serving as ushers. Thank you very much. And seated to a table over here to my right are four young ladies that are going to help distribute diplomas later: Mrs. Watkins, Mrs. Jacobs, Mrs. Johnson, and Mrs. Schultz. Thank you very much. In addition to those individuals, I would like to take a moment to introduce my administrative team and say a word of thanks to them. Derby High School is a large school. No one can possibly run a 6A school by themselves. I rely on these individuals every single day, and they work tirelessly to provide a wonderful experience and education and environment for your students. Mr. Russell Baldwin, Athletic Activity Director. Give it up for him. Freshman Principal, also responsible for the decorations and setup today, Mr. Travis Moore. Our sophomore principal is Mrs. Allison Strecker. The principal for the junior class is Mr. Shane Seeley, seated here to my left. The seniors were under the iron fist of Mr. Jeremy Swearingen. And I'd like to thank Mr. Robert Ash, our data leader, for all of his help throughout the year. Thank you, Mr. Ash. As I continue with a few more introductions, I would ask the members of the choir to please make your way over to where you will perform. Joining me on stage are several very important people. We're going to start at my far left. We have Mr. Robert Rhodes, Mrs. Annalea Carter, Mrs. Molly Dunlap, Mrs. Amy Calderwood. As senior sponsors, they will read the graduates' names later this afternoon. Next, we have Mrs. Heather Bohati, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, and this is the last time I get to introduce her in that capacity, as she will become our new superintendent next year, and we wish her the best of luck. Continuing this direction, we have Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Dr. Charlene Larimore. This, too, will be the last time I have the opportunity to introduce her, as she will retire at the end of this year. And we thank her very much for all of her support. And it seems like I'm somebody else. Oh, yeah. Why don't you stand up? This gentleman here to my left, ladies and gentlemen, is my boss. He's an outstanding leader, a great mentor. He took a gamble 6 years ago, hired a guy that was green, wet behind the ears, didn't have any head principal experience. I'm eternally grateful to him for that opportunity, because this has been a dream I couldn't possibly even have fathomed how wonderful it was going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, it is my privilege to introduce Superintendent of Derby Public Schools, Mr. Craig Wilford.
Good afternoon, graduates and community. It's my privilege to introduce your Board of Education. Board President, Mr. Matt Hogue. Vice President, Mr. Matthew Joyce. Board Member, Rick Coleman. Board Member, Jose Martinez. Board Member, Carolyn Meering. Board Member, Tina Pernier. And Board Member, Janet Sprecher, your Board of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Wilford, and members of the Board of Education for joining us today. It means a lot. Also contributing to our program this afternoon are members of the Derby High School Madrigals and various choirs, under the direction of Mr. Tyler Morris, accompanied by Diana Uncle. Today, the choir will perform Coming Home, arranged by Jay Althouse. Mr. Morris, the floor is yours.
For journey's end,
Thank you, Mr. Morris, Miss Uncle, members of the choir, outstanding. That's what it's all about right there. Give it up to him one more time. As our choir members make their way back to their seats, I'd like to bring up the issue of high school graduation. Seems appropriate, right, Lakeland? Okay. For many, many years, people thought of high school graduation as the sole responsibility of those at the high school. Recently, many people have learned and grown to understand that high school graduation is a pre-K through 12 with tremendous support from the parent collaborative effort. And it's for that collaborative effort that I would ask all teachers in attendance, from elementary to the high school, in the stands, seated on the floor. If you're a teacher, would you please stand up? And everybody hold your applause. Hold your applause for a second. Graduates, give these people and your parents an applause. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first commencement speaker, Mr. Michael Klein. Come on over here. We're going to talk about you. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? No, I'm good. You're good. All right. I'm nervous. Does that help? Okay, there we go. All right. Michael was born June 14th, 1999. You have no idea how old that makes me feel. His family moved to Derby when he was in first grade. Michael attended Derby Public Schools and worked very, very hard to earn a 4.5 GPA at Derby High School. In addition to his academic success, Michael found his passion for music during school. He was a member of the Derby Panther Marching Band for 4 years. His senior year, he was named one of 3 drum majors. In addition to the marching band, he participated in jazz and wind ensemble, where he earned many awards and honors. In addition to his studies in music, Michael was also involved in the bowling team, and he was a contributing member, varsity team member, to bring home the first state championship to Derby High School this year. In his time away from school, Michael earned the rank of Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts. And that's not easy to do. He's an active member of the St. Mary's Catholic Church in Derby. He worked at Brahms for a couple years. His summers are spent with band camps, bowling leagues, and saxophone workshops. Michael has been accepted at Kansas State University and plans to major in music education. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Klein.
Fellow classmates, as we all sit here preparing to receive our diplomas, I would like to ask a question. What do you see? You may see me standing up at this podium giving a speech, or your family out in this huge crowd of people, or even the back of your friend's head. But in this case, I'm not talking about what you're seeing with your eyes. Rather, I ask you to look inside yourself to see what's there. From where I stand, as I look fondly over our graduating class, I see athletes and state champions, scholarly minds, artists, band, orchestra, and drama nerds, and great friends. But most of all, I see a group of young people that has grown and matured together over the years. High school is a very taxing time in one's life, full of different challenges and responsibilities. Even though graduating high school seems straightforward and simple, it still takes grit and hundreds of hours of work to reach this point. All of the late nights, frantic studying, and hastily made papers have paid off. And through it all, we've had our friends by our side to celebrate our successes and support us when we fail. I'm pretty confident that most of you will feel the same way when I say that school would have been even more difficult to finish if we didn't have our friends. Going back to when we were little kids, we've had friends to learn and grow with every step of the way. And those friends have been just as vital as our teachers during our education. Probably most important of all, our parents have been there too. From day one, our parents have had to put up with a lot of shenanigans while they were raising us, and for that, they deserve all the credit in the world. Since we finally made it to graduation, I'm sure that they're extremely proud and excited right now. It's a very favorable time to ask for money if you need it. After all, money is going to be pretty important now that we are young adults if we want to be successful. Or maybe not. The world likes to define for us what success means, but as Steve Jobs put it, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Everyone has their own passions and their own path for success in life that they need to follow. Success does not have to be getting straight A's, winning a state championship, or making mountains of money once you graduate high school. It's becoming who you want to become. And by reaching graduation here today, all of us have taken another step towards becoming the best versions of ourselves. Only you can see inside yourself to see who you are and find out what the future holds in store. So congratulations, class of 2017. Today is our day, and a time to celebrate the achievements that we have accomplished to reach this point. Whether starting college or joining the workforce, it is now time for us to find our niche in life and take the next step. I am proud of our class and the legacy that we will leave behind at Derby High School, and I will cherish dearly all of the friends and memories that I've made here for the rest of my life. But my opinion is only a small part of a very large story. Our class is full of many different types of people that all have their own way to move forward in life and discover who they are. So, what do you see?
Thank you, Michael. Good job, buddy. Thank you, Michael. Our next speaker, come on, Ryan, come on over. Give you a little information about this young man here. This is Ryan Wardell. Ryan is the youngest of 4 children, hails from the great state of South Dakota.
Yes.
There you go. Ryan's family moved to Derby. In elementary school, your primary concern was training or trading Pokemon?
Training.
Training. Aren't they cards? Or do they...
Video game.
Video? Oh, okay, there we go. When he moved to middle school, sports and piano dominated his life. In high school, Ryan became a National Merit Finalist. That's pretty impressive. Give it up for him there. He was heavily involved in and out of school. He was an enthusiastic member and captain of the drumline, a varsity Scholars Bowl player, and a mentor for children at the Panther Leadership Academy. As an underclassman, Ryan was involved in the AFJ ROTC, Land Navigation and Physical Fitness Competition. Any day you see this guy, if you need help, he's willing to drop everything and help you out. His teachers knew if they needed an errand run, this was the guy. He's just that type of person. Outside of school, Ryan has taught piano and percussion to 12 students over the last 5 years. He plays piano for St. Mary's Catholic Church. He loves to run. In fact, I believe you ran 21 miles to ask your girlfriend to prom?
Right there, yeah.
Did she say yes?
She did.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. I was a little worried when you put that in there. I didn't know how'd that turn out. So, okay. Every day, Ryan wakes up and hopes that he has had a positive influence on someone's life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Wardell.
Give me a second, I didn't fold this very efficiently. Family, friends, school board, Paul. Today is a truly special and long-awaited day. Yes, it's Saturday. Tonight we can hold parties with chips and fruit salads to celebrate the arrival of summer. Sure, we can celebrate graduating high school. I guess that is why we're here after all. But what were those years of schooling anyway? As I remember, there were many late nights, many late arrivals, and many nearly late assignments. However, there was far more to high school than what immediately comes to mind. If we look a little deeper into our memories, we will see the visit from Olympic gold medalist Dane Blanton. Congrats, Anthony, on that national essay. contest, being the first class to receive iPads in middle school and laptops in high school. And of course, who could forget people snapping the perfect selfie with their white chocolate mocha? And I remember our 5-plate minimum at Taliano's Pizza Buffet, the old camaraderie of the drumline, and I remember band camps in the August heat. I remember 1, 2, but 3 state football championships. Sorry I bailed the team in 8th grade, but I cheered you guys on every step of the way. I remember Barta finally, after 3 long years, getting published, one for his study on bats. I remember Riley Kane spearheading HOSA's xenoestrogen and microplastic study. I remember Marissa finally embracing her dream college with confidence, and I know that Tess will live the show Bones every day of her life, adapted as a musical, of course. And I know that Michaela will surpass Hans Zimmer's compositional ability. Ashley will be the first Supreme Court justice to work as a petroleum engineer, tennis professional, and mother on the side. And I know that Easton will make a very fine Marine. I remember pledging allegiance 715, now 716 times with Amblin. And you know what? Maybe there really is something special to celebrate today. We have our first cars, our first jobs, and our first votes. Every morning when Mr. Hamlin listed off all the special achievements of the last day, I think we had to feel proud of our peer to our right or left, which just brings me to a long overdue obligation. St. Andre Bessette, the uneducated miracle man of Montreal, once said, "It is with the smallest brushes that the artist paints the best paintings." So seniors, let us thank the artists in our lives, whether they be our loving families, our deepest, most driving teachers, or just some other mentor we found along the way. The class of 2017 has depended on you mentors. You have formed us, corrected us, and supported us. Without you, we would not be potty trained. And without you, we cannot estimate 15% gratuity or effectively construct noun verb agreements, otherwise known as sentences. We would be 18 fluid ounces of rainbow brown, not 18-year beautiful portraits. Thank you. And to the seniors of Derby High School, you probably expect me to tell you you are your own artists now, but this is only partially true. You can paint many beautiful things with your lives, but the people you let into your lives will always paint their own inspiration on your canvas. Choose your companions wisely, choose your palettes wisely, and your lives will be beautiful landscapes full of happy little trees and happy little memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael and Ryan. Nicely done. Class of 2017. Your class colors are emerald green and opal. Your class flower is the sunflower. Your class song is See You Again. Since you entered high school, you've set high standards by winning league and state championships in athletics. You've earned honors through your bands and choirs. You've created wonderful art and drama productions. AFJ ROTC has experienced unbelievable success. You started new clubs that have enhanced our school and community. A common theme that rolls through this class is motivation, determination, and there's some pretty nice character in there as well. You guys have distinguished yourselves academically by earning prestigious scholarships and university placements. And now we reach the point in the ceremony that I consider my favorite part. I started doing this a few years ago, where I talk a little bit about some of the graduates on a personal level. Now please understand, every single graduate has a special talent. And every single graduate has a story worthy of being told, but we simply just don't have the time. So I'm going to share a few things here, some of the achievements, some of the personal interactions that I've had with some students. I love all of you. Just because I don't call your name doesn't mean I don't. okay? But when I do call your name, I'd like for you to stand and remain standing until I'm finished addressing you and or your group. So to start with, we're going to have a group here. And I'd like these following individuals to please stand and remain standing. Adriana Guerrara, Jacob Clark, Alyssa Mapes, Anna Martinez, Blaine Nelson, Carly Bretherton, Desiree Little, Kylie Beasley, Michaela Gerhart, Michaela Keene, Taylor Bynum, Tessa Grieving, Sydney Getchell, Zane Liu, and Sabrina Panyara. Ladies and gentlemen, these individuals truly exemplify motivation. They also recognized opportunity and took advantage of programming that we have at Derby High School. These individuals graduated from community college last weekend. They earned their associates degree before they even were handed their high school diploma. That's outstanding. All right, you can have a seat. Next, we're going to kind of go a little bit of rapid fire here. Jordan Eichelman, where are you? Stand up. All right, this young lady is one heck of a student and a soccer player. She entered her senior season with 78 goals. She made it a goal to become the all-time leading scorer, which was setting at 88. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, she ended her senior campaign with 111 goals. So, I guess we could say you were a goal-oriented person. So, oh, there's more. Wait, have a seat. Justin Pachanik, where are you, my friend? Stand up. Justin, again, and this is a common theme, great students involved in extracurricular activities. Justin served as the editor of the Panther's Tale, the student newspaper. He also was the first individual to win the state championship as an individual in bowling and bringing it home to Derby. That's outstanding, my friend. I'm curious, did you ever have any issues in the newspaper world? And how did you ever find any spare time to bowl? Oh, they're getting better. Hang on. Have a seat. Megan Kyle, where are you? Megan Kyle. Not able to, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, Megan Kyle happens to be the record holder for the 50-meter and 100-meter freestyle at Derby. Yesterday, she blasted, obliterated, smashed, pick your adjective, the state record for the 100 meters. So give it up for Megan. Rachel Green. Rachel Green, where are you? Please stand. Rachel's a writer. Now, when I say a writer, this young lady's a senior in high school. She's already had a novel published. That's outstanding. Great job. Peerless Walker. Fearless Peerless. Peerless will represent Derby High School in the 2017 Kansas Shrine Bowl. Came to us as a sophomore. You've been a great young man to have around the hall. We kind of chide you back and forth. We're very happy for you. Represent us well. Thank you, sir. All right. Now I want the next three to stand up together. Braden Ash, Ryan Palmer, Cooper Welch. All right. Now what's unique, they're all athletes, do good in school, but your fathers were in high school with me. So, having seen your athletic careers at Derby High School, immediately after this ceremony, you need to find your mothers and thank them from the bottom of your heart for their genetic dominance in terms of athleticism. Your fathers are wonderful people. Enjoyed all of them. Dakota Taylor, where are you, buddy? This young man, if you need something done, this is the cat right here. Also, good in the classroom, involved in lots of extracurricular activities, music, drama. But 2 weeks prior to prom, Dakota realized that the after prom that we'd had for years and years and years wasn't going to happen. The organization that had sponsored that for many years simply decided that they had had enough. So Dakota meets with me, says, some of my best memories happened there. I want to make it happen. I'm like, dude, you're going to have to. I don't have time, and I'll tell you, I don't think you can pull it off in this short time frame. Well, let me tell you, almost single-handedly, he did. It was an outstanding after prom. Dakota, thank you very much. Dan Dowdy. All too often, we'll talk about athletics and academics and that stuff. I just want to talk about being a nice person. Yeah, you were the quarterback of the football team, that's fine. My son happened to serve as the ball boy. You made an incredible impression on him. You're a great role model. And the guy even got out of bed and came to his games on Saturday mornings. Thank you. Have a seat. All right, let's see. This next person spent a little bit of time in the library. Ashley Chereau, where are you? This young lady, check this out. She's going to leave Derby High School with a GPA 4.726. Now, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. A little better than mine. That's good. In addition to being a great student, she's also an exceptional athlete. Like Jordan and Megan, she's a record holder at Derby High School. This year, she took over all-time victories in women's tennis for singles wins, with over 100 victories in her career. Outstanding. All right, the next few stories are a little bit different. And trust me, we're going to get through this. I know there's an ice ring melting in a bowl somewhere. Bear with me. The next few stories show some of the examples of what students sought to achieve, experience that many students before them have not. Jacob Barta, would you stand up for me? Jacob, again, you'll see this academic theme, will leave with a GPA of 4.588. Great in all subjects, but his passion is science, which is near and dear to my heart. I taught chemistry and physics and biology for many years at Derby High School. But Jacob knew that science would be part of his future, so he made a concentrated effort to really go above and beyond. I remember his sophomore year. I was having a problem with birds in the courtyard at the high school. So being a science guy, I kind of had an idea how to take care of this, but I thought there'd be a really cool opportunity here. If I were to go barging into some science classroom, say, I got this problem, I want a solution, workable solution on my desk by Tuesday morning. Well, so I did that. Picked a class Jacob happened to be in, and the next Tuesday morning, Jacob showed up with a plan. And I'm going to show you what the plan was. This was the plan. This is an owl. Little birds don't like owls. So Jacob's plan was, if we were to position some owls in the courtyard, birds would be scared away. What birds usually leave, droppings, would disappear. plan worked great. Only problem was, a month later, another class decided they wanted a beautification project. So they brought in bird bath feeders, birdhouses. That was his sophomore year, though. As an upperclassman, he chose to really get after it. And let's see, Mason Clish, where you stay up, Jacob. Where's Mason Clish? Oh, how convenient, right beside, okay. These guys chose to get involved in 4 very significant research projects. You heard one of our speakers allude to it earlier. They did a study on bats, the presence and absence of bats in the Derby area. As a result of that, they had the opportunity to present at a science symposium. That does not happen for high school students. But they did so, and they did an outstanding job. Guys, what I want you to understand, if you're going to pursue science, more experiments will fail than will succeed. Competitions are going to be won, more are going to be lost. You have to persevere, have the stick-to-itiveness, and you're going to be great. You're both outstanding young men. Thank you for your contribution to our school. Have a seat. Riley Kane. Riley Kane, jump up real quick. Also a science guy. Riley had the opportunity to do a research project on estrogen levels in waterways around Derby, Kansas. As a result of his research, Riley was selected as one of 8 students from Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Nebraska to present at a regional science symposium at Oklahoma State University. That's pretty impressive as well, my friend. Now, you got it going on in the classroom, might as well throw out here also. This young man was a member of 3 state championship football teams. He was the captain, he was selected as a first team All-League and first team All-State defensive player. Great job, bud. Okay, 2 more. This last, or second to the last, is a story of perseverance. Elliot Harris. Casey, wave to us. Elliot's back here in the corner. As you can see, Elliot's in a wheelchair. Elliot's not going to walk across the stage. When Elliot was a sophomore, he was an excellent student and a skilled athlete. Played tennis for the Derby Panther tennis team. On April 8th, 2015, Elliot started to notice some tingling in his fingers, hot and cold sensation in his arms. That rapidly turned to full paralysis in all of his extremities. Elliot experienced what's known as a cervical spinal cord spontaneous hemorrhage. It was there from birth, but for unknown reasons, ruptured his sophomore year. Now, this injury is similar, for those that are old enough in the crowd to remember the actor Christopher Reeve, played Superman. He had this injury after an accident. Elliot hates for me to talk about Superman because he is a Batman guy. So Elliot had a goal. He went from a typical high school student to being in and out of hospitals, facilities for months. All that time, he had a goal. He wanted to graduate with his peers on time. This young man missed almost a full year of school. And Elliot, you've done it. You're here. You're going to graduate on time. You took rigorous courses, and I am so proud of you. Give it up for him. All right. And last but not least is a story, again, just simply, it's a random act of kindness. Lakeland Jones, please stand up. Lakeland holds a very special place in my life because Lakeland is the first human being that I've ever had to work with and assist as they were being placed on a backboard by paramedics, not only once, but twice. The first time, Lakeland was involved in an auto accident. It was a rollover. It was after school. So I knelt down by Lakeland in the middle of the road, held his left hand while they were working on him. Soon after that, during a football game, Lakeland goes up to catch a pass, comes down on his head. We find ourselves in the pouring rain in the end zone, right back where we were. So I knelt down and once again held his left hand while the paramedics worked with him. So let's fast forward to the state championship game. We just won. All sorts of people down on the field, players, athletes, parents, fans. And two little boys go up to Lakeland to congratulate him. And Lakeland, in a very total random act of kindness, bends down and gives one of the little boys his receiver glove. Well, Lakeland, you had no way of knowing, is that little boy was my youngest son. And this is the weird part to me. The glove you gave him was from your left hand. So, you're a good guy. Thank you. Guys, I could stand here all day and give stories. I love all of you. You've all got a story, but we got to move on. So at this time, class of 2017, you have absolutely left your mark on Derby High. You've mastered all of the passages from the 9th grade year to the senior project. The staff and I are grateful for your parents and friends and family to attend our school. As we now move to the reading of the graduates' names, I ask both the graduates on the floor and those seated throughout the arena, please recognize and acknowledge the dignity this ceremony deserves. Please respect and show respect to each graduate as their names are read. Mr. Wilford, the seniors that are seated before you have satisfactorily completed all the requirements prescribed by the state of Kansas and the Derby Board of Education for graduation and are candidates to receive their diplomas. You may accept the class. I'll do that.
On behalf of the Board of Education and the community that you serve, I accept the class of 2017.
All right, if I may have the members of the stage, please stand. I'll have our first reader make their way over. Board of Ed, if you will assume your positions, and we'll have the front row. Please stand, and let's do this. There's that box.
So when it's done, just put them in there. And the rubber bands.
Yep. There's some rubber bands.
Thank you. Michael Francis Klein. Michael Todd Kugler. Ryan Philip Wordle. Anthony David Mazzara. Natalie Jean Collins. Kyla K. Beasley. Brady Allen Ashton. Cody John Brooks. Trevor Monroe Gordon. Lakeland Leonard Jones. Kai Alexander Lemons. Peerless Earl Walker. Joshua Dean Clavin. Alex Nige Wright. Tyler Michael Foster. Mitchell Christopher Arias Elmore. Easton James Wharton. Caroline Rose Kennedy. Hazel Elise May. Madison Brooke Wheat. Martia Louise Schmidt. Emma Ruth Gill. Amias Ephraim Brilhart. Emily Leanne Rogers. Megan Nicole Drescher. Hannah Renee Cox. Oh, it's Drescher. Juliana Shea Cockrell. Jacob Scott Barta. Mason David Klisch. Jordan Abigail Eichelman. Alexis Danielle Palmer. Sabrina Southida Peñara. Zachary Peng Valitong. Nikki Buntavi Intharath. Gabriel Matthew Trempe.
Ana Lucia Martinez.
Desiree Lachey Little. Benjamin William Denton. Angel Marie Palacios. Colin Kent Keeler. Mason Kyle Hassman. Aubrey Jean Liguri. Caitlin Brooke Ponder. Ryan Dennis Lannon. Paul Bullum. Eva Grace Cummings. Cody Thomas Ramsey. Rose Marie Gollin. Tess Marie Koffenduffer. Tori Ann Golden. Blake Zachary Griggs. Michaela Nicole Gerard. Well, they should have wrote it down. Rebecca Joy James. Haley M. Whitmore. Caden Riley McCullough. Spencer Reed Olmstead. Jared Parker Lathrop. Cooper Scott Welch. Ryan Scott Palmer. Thomas Joseph Carter. Tanner Michael Igo. Braden Andrew Ash. Tanner Michael Olmstead. Chandler Garrett Ake. Daniel Drew Dowdy. Landon Marlin Spillman. Spencer Ray Nethercott. James Andrew Werbin. Christopher Thomas Wood. Nia Simone Bishop. Lauren Elizabeth Russell. Savannah Corinne James. Josephine Mary King. Michaela Marie Hackett. Taylor Marie Horn. Adriana Danielle Guerra. Taylor Morgan Bynum. George Noah Sevick. Jeffrey James Davis. Alyssa Christina Maria Valdez. I'm sweating, like it's running down my legs. Alina Kennedy Carlson.
Laura Santos Rodríguez.
Evan James Reed. Zoe Rochelle Soberano. Cameron Elizabeth Young. Michaela May Turner. Amber Ann Nicole Ryan Madonna. Samantha Jean Hill. Lauren Nicole Eisen. Kelsey May Weber. Dakota Ryan Taylor. Colton Patrick Moushi. It's Moushi. Time to go ahead. John Skylar Bush. Jacob Allen Clark. Logan Flint Albin. Kenneth William Gifford. Tanner Jacob Warren. Naja Nakim Cummings. Constance Todjenic Cummings.
Carmen Cassandra Sandoval.
Rachel Marie Eklund. Benjamin Alexander Bishop. Jeffrey Allen Mosley.
Cassandra Yvonne Martinez.
Ashley Renee Mata. Taylor Rose Tompkins. Tony Lynn Tompkins. Lauren Nicole Eichman. Grace Alexandra Lynn. Madison Eden Scott. Rayleigh Ann Mance. Garrett James White. Kendall Dawn Butler. Jacob Avery Hirschfield. Mariah Jamie Biggs. Jenna Lee Novacek. Tanner Derek Hildreth. Paige Nicole McConnell. Mariah Marie Miller. Anne Marie Mitchell. Cody Lee Huff. Anthony Aranda Solinger. Megan Alexa Dennis. Cody Jean Smith. Owen Taylor Fent. Diamonique Alexis Robles.
Sarah Jeanette Sterling. Elise Maureen Bias. Madeline Nicole Reinhardt. Colby Lee Greenstreet. Marissa Elise Stuckey. Autumn Taya Pourhussein. Michaela Joyce Inzor. Sarah Marie Onken. Brett Allen Voth. Brandon Gregory Lawless. Kaya Michelle Crocker. Mariah Elizabeth Pence.
Héctor Coronado Vaquera.
Ethan Patrick Riley. Hannah Marie Smith. Taylor Ann McKay. Dakota Lorraine Dunbar. Baylor Patrick Colmia. Brett William Bell. Kenyon Blaine Tabor. Riley David King.
Janely Villarreal Cataño. María Guadalupe López Madrigal.
Hunter John Harbert. Hunter Boone Fager. Garrett Andrew Shar. Caleb Noah Cowden. Emily Rose Jones. Preston Alexander Kesey. Tessa Michelle Grieving.
Janet Garcia. Jasmine Vaquera. Alondra Vaquera.
Megan Cates Mizak. Michaela Cates Mizak. Elizabeth Ty Vinn. Olivia Nicole Keene. Caroline DeBarros Rodriguez. Allison Victoria Schmidt. Brianna Morgan Greeno. Carson Scott Edwards. Emily Brooke Abbey. Hannah Christine Vincent. Carly Jo Smith. Caitlin Marie Harris. Chloe Alexis Wade. Tierra Cheyenne Lindahl. Madison Ray Green. Morgan Lynette Erxleben. Miranda Ray Ross. Olivia Andreas Lee. Emily Louise Proctor.
Tyler Joseph Crayer.
Zoe Elizabeth Louise Welshens. Aiden Charles Suchan. Caleb David Sanders. Sydney Marie Johnston. Cheyenne Rose Ralston. Lene Danielle Burke. Alicia Marie Rick. Michaela Weta Ulrich. Michaela Rochelle Keene. Alyssa Mary Mapes. Brett Tristan Jarmer. Mackenzie Ray Walton. Shelby Lauren Nettleton. Jade Gabriel Winter. Curtis Lane Uncle. Sean Stephen Chambers. Braden Micah Cooper. Blaine Andrew Nelson. Simon Joseph Abu Faisal. Braden Adonai Richardson. Caden Lorne Gustafson. Jacob Michael Morris. Jordan Diego Riley. Brendan Lane Kohler. Owen Samuel Burke. Jacob Howard Harrison. Kyrie Montez Nero. Trinity Brianne Waddell. Jonathan Jordan Randall. Tyler Ray King. Abigail Renee Steventon. Teresa Lee Ray Wilkinson. Alejandra Maria Amend.
Ismael Cruz. José Aarón de Loera Mendoza.
Selene Sud Gursoy.
Karen Denise Muñoz.
Ashley Dorothea Gosland.
Laura Lee Luna Berumen.
Kinsey Renee McLean. Rebecca Leanne McCorkle Friesen. Cara Danielle Miller. Ziana Faye Collins. Lauren Alexis Baker. Tommy Renee Revuelta. Jasmine Davina Randall. Berenice Rodriguez Baez. Peyton Celeste Chandler. Catherine Ann O'Brien. Haley Nicole Miller. James Alfred Rohr. Cassandra Nicole Terry. Jared Thomas Hetherington. Chase Samuel Bond. Zachariah Harley McCammon Shepherd. Madison Renee Rose. Kelsey Ann Kellogg. Sarah Michelle Mercer. Riley McKenna Thompson. Anthony Thomas Allen. Logan Michael O'Byrne.
Christian Jordan Loera.
Anjani Lauren Longoria. Cody Warner Swartz. Taylor Owen McDaniel. Justin Tyler Pachanik. Eric Armand Nenortas. Jared Michael Baird Jr. Ryan Camacho Lopez. Tatiana Simone Papin Ray. Kelsey Rose Shields. Danielle Jeanette Tedrow. Justine Moran Buendia. Jasmine Renee Kraus.
Liliana de León.
Philip James Archuleta. Sasha Caitlin Lewis. Perry Vincent Schaefer. Zachary Jonathan Luis Robles. Michael Dean Polstra. Andrew Curtis Delac. Brian Anthony Harrington.
Okay. Tanner Lee Harris. Nope. Dara Elizabeth Walker. Alexa Jaden Russell. Samantha Faith Delight Runyon. Good job. Corbin Wayne Swift. Taylor Shea Savilicek. Steele Allen Eisen. Justine K. Law. Was that close? Okay, go. I forget the microphone. Jesse Allen Taylor. Jacob Eugene Barr. Zeth Adam Scott.
Álvaro Rivera.
Samuel Adrian Smith.
Kimberly Bustillos Chacón. Esmeralda de la Torre.
Kobe Michael Johnson. Ashley Nicole Bailey. Jaden Allen Gregg. Brogan Michael Corbin. Thorin Matthew Jennings. Timothy James Tafoya. Mallory Nicole Girton. Mallory Janae Zimmerman. Mickey Skylar Jacks. Eli Charles Keith Stambaugh. Michael Anthony Yell. Almost yelled that. Levi Joseph Walls. Mackenzie Taylor Walls. Noah Isaac Crandall. Bryce Landon Richardson. Max Barnett. Good job, Max.
Daniel Daniel Barrios Santizo.
Let me get a phone book or something.
Gustavo Adolfo Muñoz.
Keep going.
Abril Karina Cardosa. Susan Elizabeth Bielmas Martínez.
Gilbert Frederick Trujillo. Caleb Jeffrey Weeks. Kiera Marie Steele. Jonathan Dalton Simmons. Taylor Jean Henry. Jerry Nicole Kalp. Good job, Jerry. Morgan Brianna Hurst. Brianna. Hey, good job. Nicolette Dawn Gilpin. Nicholas Michael Newman. Robert Cameron Peggy. Nicholas Lee Loprest. E. Kept on looking at me. Kept on looking. Patrick William Newman. Robert Joey Ritchie III. Garrett Wolf Inslee. Elliot Joshua Leal. Dominique Isaiah Calhoun. Unless you want to shake my hand. Alanis Melaine Scott. Taylor Nathaniel Stevenson. Mitchell Dean Baker. Marcus Jeffrey Dinky. Alexander Jonathan Pratt. Tatum Bryant Coe. Rachel Megan Green. Raven Alexandra Buffington. Nathan Scott Shield. Jonathan Calleja Silva. Paige Addison Sutton. Brandy Bell Baker. Cameron Joe Chitanavong. Zane Liu. Case Tae Sean. Adrian Joseph Adele. Virkat Justin Chunramani.
José Alonso Hernández.
Ben Arlan Roloff, Jr.
Luis Enrique Terrero Palazzín.
Oops, I messed that one. Brian Michael Seaman. Bailey Jacob Kippenberger. Sierra Mackenzie Prouse. Sunshine Bias. Blaze. Correction on that. Joseph Paul Dubois, Jr. Marquette Tilton McFerrin. John Alexander Egan. Thomas Glenn Payne III. Oriana Sherry Whitfield Cisco. Andreas Nielsen. Brant Mikhail Chancellor. Eric Anthony Taylor. William Jonathan Hardigan.
Anna or Anna?
Anna Lee Upchurch. Nancy Dunn. Madeline Rianne Logue. Mason Tucker Pierce. Austin Lee Haschild.
Ambrose Julian Aragón Ortiz.
Corbin Dean Hamilton.
Ivar or Ivar?
Tyler Ivar Madison. Preston Dwayne Mullen. Jessica Daniela Ramirez Amon. Ashley Nicole Chereau. Sabrina Marie Chereau. Justin Grant Randall. Austin Taylor Turner. Leo Marvin McCusker. Dakota James Don Post. Dominique Youssef Kirby. Gavin William Baker. Allison Lee Book. Isabella Maud Smith. Callie Sakura Wirt. Carly June Bretherton.
Brenda Rodríguez. Mariana Lenora Vázquez. César Felipe Valdés.
Annie Nyok Lam. Ashley Chansonbath. Ja'Cory Dwayne Kindred. Ryan Noy Kempavong. Parker Eric Thomas Wilson. Bradley William Hipke. Michael Aaron Archer.
Hard act to follow.
Rachel Joanne Bowles.
Leah.
Shannon Leah Elizabeth Dixon. Copper Dane Dyer. Alyssa Renee Sell. Brittany Dawn Carver. Eliza Lauren Marks. Jocelyn Nadia Denesakam. Alyssa Bandasak.
Cassandra Lisbeth Rodríguez López.
Ananda Nicole Smith. Jessica Tuet Lee. Ashley Natalia Jones. Javier Angel Iban Jr. Jeremiah Joseph McGuire. Nathaniel Orion Fowler. Kenneth Riley Kane.
Last name Doze.
Isaac Thomas Doze. Rodolfo Valesco.
Von Duane.
James Romeo Von Duane. Ryan Gregory Managan. Jennifer Marie Weaver. Elliot Xavier Harris. And last but not least, Anthony Thomas Eugene Jackson.
Thank you. Can I say something else? We're not fired yet. We're going to give Mr. Jackson a chance to get his diploma. All right. Class of 2017, before we go through the turning of the tassel, got a few parting words, and I promise we'll make it quick. As a graduate of Derby High School and the principal, I'd like to be among the first to congratulate and welcome you as a fellow alumni. It's a special day. I want each of you to have a special, successful, meaningful life. And there's as many different definitions of that as each graduate. But boys and girls, it's about to get real. Tomorrow, there's no IEPs. If you turn the best project in late, you're probably going to lose your job. My message is pretty simple. The road to success isn't straight. There's going to be many, many curves in your life. Things will happen in your life you won't understand. People in your life will make choices for reasons you will never know. Time will pass, the sun and moon will take many turns in the sky, and before you know it, you're wondering, where did the time go? You're going to make mistakes, probably many of them, but you got to learn from each and move on. If you work extremely hard, do what you're supposed to do, be responsible, love and laugh every day, you will have a meaningful, successful life. It won't be easy, and the only place you'll find success before work is in the dictionary. You're going to interact with a whole lot of people. Some you will like, some you will not. Your parents cannot call and change your boss. If it's meant to be, and I truly, truly hope that it is, someday you'll have children. And when your child, your son or daughter, takes their first breath, it's at that exact moment in time you realize you will never again take a breath for yourself, but every breath will be for them. As parents, I hope that you really, really, really understand. Your job is to prepare your child for the path that lies ahead of them, not to prepare the path for the child. In other words, prepare them to navigate the challenges of life. Don't walk ahead of them and remove the challenges. I once heard that the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Natalie Collins, will you join me here on stage? Before Natalie leads us through this tradition, I share one last quote. I share it every year. This one's for the moms and dads. The quote is from the great and powerful Dr. Seuss. And here it is. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Natalie, president of the class of 2017, leads the graduates in the tradition of turning of the tassel. When the tassels have moved, the ceremony is officially ended. I will say there is another graduation this evening, so we will not be allowed to have anyone on the floor. Graduates, you'll need to find your parents out in the concourse. Natalie, step up here.
We did it, guys!
Go whichever way you would like to go. Okay, you guys are so compliant. It's over. Let's go. Go home.